What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy D.O.D.T. You know what I'm saying? I just got back from my run. You know, went to the gym right here with my boy and, hit a little bit of them weights and we ran. Seemed like ages since I last ran, which really has been maybe a few weeks. I'm tired, man. I'm wore the fuck out, man. You know what I'm saying? And looking rough as hell. Yeah, I'm wore out, man. Exhausted. And I just need to stay with it. It's just so hard to, huh? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, like I said, just making, just little documenting life, you know what I'm saying? Just little senseless videos and shit. Yeah, man, you see the shirt raised. If you from the West, West Dallas, we're raised. Hardware. With all of us, we call it the gun shop. Ray's got a lot of good shit in there. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, man, when I was at work, I was thinking about something. And, let me go ahead and turn this light off, man. Ain't no point in having it on, motherfuckers riding by, seeing. Okay, people had different interpretations of what love is. Okay. Some people, they might see it from like a financial aspect where the woman don't have nothing to worry about. She's financially taken care of. Got everything, house taken care of, paid for, whatever, whatnot. She's financially taken care of, don't have to worry about no money issues. So in other words, she may have a man that, man, I thought I heard gunshots earlier. Motherfuckers. Fuck they shooting for? So some women look for a man that can financially take care of them to where they're not having to worry about struggling or whatever, whatnot. So some guys and women might see that as one form of love. Another form of love people might see or consider love is the man is he a good lover? Like, is he emotionally, tied into a woman where, does he provide her with enough affection? Is he an affectionate lover? Is he providing her with the affection she needs, the loving that she wants? Is he sexing her, enough? Is he cuddling enough with her? Is he, hugging her consistently and kissing her and this and that? Some women find that as a trait of love or whatever, or they think that might be what love is all about. You know what I'm saying? And then what could be another display of love? I done said financially. I done said affectionately. Well, what could be another one? I'm trying to think, man. What was I thinking of earlier? Mentally, are you in love with this person? I mean, just a whole lot of things. And some women, man, they can throw away a good motherfucker just because one may lack in one department, but he exceeds in the other department. You know what I'm saying? So, me, I would like to say that, yeah, I could use some tuning up, man. I could use some work. Because, I'm old school. I'm old fashioned. I display the same love traits that I saw my parents giving to each other as I was coming up, as I was growing up in the house with them. My real dad, he's not so much an emotional guy. He's not a very affectionate guy. So I carry a lot of that inside of me, too. I'm not very affectionate. When the time is right, yes. But, I could work on that. Now, as far as the financial stability or whatever, and making sure a home is complete and providing for, yes, I think I exceed in that because, as an old-fashioned guy too, yeah, every woman should be able to work if she feels she needs to. But with me, it's not mandatory. I'm not going to chew a female's head off because she ain't trying to get off her ass and go work. Which, as long as, if she ain't going to choose that route, as long as the house is maintained or whatever, she want to be a housewife or she want to be like with my ex-girl, man, I would tell her, man, you can stay here. You ain't got to worry about working. I'll take care of all that. Just be here. You got a brand new ass TV. You got everything else you could possibly want. Food's here, whatever. It makes me feel good to come home from busting my ass and I see her, sitting there, laying there. It meant the world to me to come home and see that, And it didn't bother me. I didn't look at it like, like, you lazy bitch, or you ain't doing shit. I never not once seen her like that. It gave me a peace of mind because I knew she was at home safe. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I might have, that's how I was. Could I have been more affectionate? Of course. I don't think you could ever be too affectionate, But like I said, when you're raised a certain way, you're going to carry over that same shit. You know what I'm saying? My dad's alone by himself. My stepdad, I don't want to say he's 100% affectionate, but, here and there, I see him show my mom that, that he thinks she's beautiful, or, he'll kiss her, here and there, little pecks, or, sit next to her. Like I said, when the time is right, the time is right. You're going to do it. I don't know how they are behind closed doors and I'm not there, but I would hope that, that there's a life of passion and affection, But, like I said, man, I mean, it all depends on how you display it and how the woman receives it, But you can't knock a man because he lacks in one department, because he can always work on that. And it goes both ways too, for the woman too. They also as well got to do the same and, reciprocate You know, they also got to do the same in return. You know, you can't leave a man feeling like he ain't loved, or if you're the type of woman that works, you know, you got to carry some of that load too. So, you know, it all depends, you know, on what you'll settle for. But for someone to say that they just felt completely like they weren't loved or whatever, you know, that's kind of ridiculous. You know, yeah, some niggas might not show any affection. You know, some niggas might not do a damn thing, don't provide, just laid up in a crib in a house all day and expecting a bitch to fuck them all day, and they ain't gotta do nothing. You know, niggas sit around drinking and smoking all day. You know, you smoke and drink all damn day if you want to, as long as you're doing what you gotta do. You know, I know not all niggas are cut out, you know, to be a bust ass type of nigga, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I've been in different scenarios, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'll break them down for you. You know, with my first chick, my first actual relationship, you know, she worked, I worked, but she had a mouth on her. You know, I had a mouth on me. We bumped heads a lot. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't believe in a lot of that. You know, if you ain't got nothing in common with a person, then it'll never work. You know, she was totally different than from what I was. Some things we might have liked and agreed on, but some things we just didn't. But I did love her, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like at times, you know, she might have felt like I was spending too much time with my friends, and she would get a little upset about that. But, you know, I was young, you know, and I don't regret any of that time that I spent with them friends, because some of them I do, but because a lot of them was doing me dirty at that time, and of course, her being a female, being my girl, she would try and open my eyes and be like, you know, you need to spend your time here with me because I'm the one that loves you and this and that, which I 100% understood and I agreed. But of course, I was too young to understand that at the time. But, you know, one friend of mine that most of my time was always making beats. You know what I'm saying? And I would go chill with one of my boys, and he's no longer here today. He passed away. And that's why I don't regret any of the times I got into an argument with her over me going over there or being with him, because that was time that I was never going to get back. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was going to die at that time, but, you know, I kind of saw him spiraling downwards out of control. And sometimes a thought enters your mind, and it kind of lingers around back there, that he may very well die one day and I may never see him again. But, you know, of course, you know, I didn't know that then. So I don't regret any of that time that I spent with him, because now all I got is memories. But she was a good girl, an independent girl, and I don't regret any of the lessons that I learned from it, because it kind of did help me in certain ways. But yeah, man, she felt like maybe I wasn't as affectionate towards her. I spent more time in the street than than I did at home. You know, I should have kept my ass at home. But it is what it is, man. When you're young and doing your thing, I mean, you ain't thinking that way. So, you know, in her mind, I guess she loved me, but she wasn't in love with me anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame her. You know, I was always one to make beats, and it's like I was there, but I wasn't there. Okay. And I'm sure she's done found somebody maybe done settled down, had some kids. Who knows? I don't want to know. But more power to her, man. She was a good girl. Now I'm going to fast forward a little bit. When I met my second real relationship, my second girlfriend, you know, she was a damn go getting hustler type of woman. You know, she was a waitress, wasn't making very much money. You know, what a waitress made, $2.50 an hour plus tips. So she solely depended and relied on her tips. And she was a woman's woman, man. I mean, this woman busted her ass. This woman made it work somehow, man. You know, held down an apartment, making tips, working from sunrise to sundown. This girl would go out and get it, man. She knew how to go out and get it. And to carry the burden of her having to pick up the slack and carry the weight of a grown ass man at the time. You know, I wasn't working. I'll be real with y'all, man. I was a bum ass nigga. You know, all I wanted to do was smoke dope. You know, blow me a blunt and drink me a 40. You know, a few tall boys. That's all I wanted to do was stay lost in that zone, making beats. That was all I ever wanted to do. It's like I didn't learn from my first relationship that being locked up in that room on that computer making them beats, it ruined a lot of shit for me. And with her, she felt unloved and like I didn't love her and I didn't find her beautiful and, you know, I didn't show her any affection. She busted her ass all day and I'll never forget, man, because it hurts me when I think about it, man, because I didn't want to move in with her at first because I had learned from my first relationship that take it slow. Don't rush into nothing. Don't move in. You know, keep your distance a little bit. But she really desperately wanted me to move in with her because she loved me. And she would always tell me, man, you don't gotta work. You know, I'll take care of everything. You could come here and bring your computer, your keyboard, just make beats all day. I don't have a problem with that. Just be home. Just be here with me. And that poor girl loved me, man. And it's like I took advantage of her, man. You know, gave me everything. You know, cooked for me, did everything for me. And all I would do, man, I was basically like her fucking taxi driver. I'd drop her off at work, pick her up at work, be at the crib all damn day, man, just blowing blunts, drinking 40s, drinking tall boys, and making beats, man, day in and day out. I treated it as a job, but I wasn't bringing in any money. So she had every right to be upset with me, man. And the making beats thing wasn't the issue. It's just that when she got home, she just wanted a little time, man. She wanted me to give her that little time. She would always tell me, man, you know I worked all night. You know I'm just going to come home and smoke a blunt with you and watch a little TV with you and I'm going to fall asleep and you can go back and do whatever it was you were doing. You can make beats all day. And I couldn't give her that little time. And as a grown-ass man, bro, looking back on it now, it hurts me because I treated that girl so badly. And all she did was love me. She made me feel like a fucking king, nigga. Like, I'm a ugly ass nigga. And she made me feel like I was the most handsome dude. She worshipped the ground that I walked on, treated me like I was just the baddest motherfucker on the planet. And I lacked giving her that little love. Now we fast forward to my third girlfriend, my third relationship. You know, this girl was you know, it was she's a good girl, man, you know, as far as making sure her siblings are taken care of, playing the mom role for them, you know, to them. Basically, she's like the mama of all her little brothers and sisters. I mean, little brothers and sisters. And, you know, there are some things she could have worked on, you know, because everybody can use some work and practice. But I know without a doubt, I did more for this one than I had ever did for any of the other ones that I had been with. Because I took all them experiences that I learned with each one that, well, let me do a little bit more of this time, and let me do a little bit more of that. And I did. But I lacked that affection. It's like, I got a rough exterior, man, where I'm too much like my parents. You know, they were strict on me growing up, so, you know, I kind of got like a tough exterior, but I could have worked on it. You know, I could have practiced, you know, that affectionate shit. And, you know, when the time was right, I did. But financially, I gave this girl everything she wanted. She wouldn't have asked me for nothing. And the things she liked were little simple things. Every time we go somewhere, I would always see something that I wanted, you know, like, man, I like the fucking J's, or I like the Miramaxes. You know, I want to buy them for me, but $220? Nah. With that $220, I can buy her something, you know, a few things, a lot of things, and that's what I would do. You know, financially, well, I was more financially supportive because I seen she didn't have nothing, man. She didn't have much. You know, her family didn't do jack shit for her. So, with her, I wanted her to feel special. I wanted her to feel like, I'm going to show you the world, something that you're not used to seeing, that your little sisters ain't used to seeing. They were so stuck in one small environment of like a 1 mile radius. They had nobody to show them the world. And that's what I would do. I would show them things, buy them things, and she wanted to move in with me in the beginning, but like, I was afraid, honestly, because I was afraid of messing up what we had. It was fun, you know, seeing each other on the weekends, spending time with each other on the weekends, and it kept things interesting. You know what I'm saying? It kept that fire burning. Because I didn't want her to move in and then boom, we get to fighting like cats and dogs, and then it's like my past 2 relationships. So I used that experience that I had, and I wanted to take it slow, man. You know, where we could be boyfriend and girlfriend, but at the same time, we're friends. We're going out like friends and having fun, keeping it interesting, you know. But I loved her, you know. I looked at her like, yeah, that was my girl. I was proud to call her my girl, you know. I just wanted to keep it to where she wasn't going to get bored with me. And I don't know what the fuck or how she saw it, but hey, man, you know, a lot of things, man, change over time, and sometimes you kind of tell yourself, and you see little things and catch little things, but you don't want to admit it or analyze them too much, because then you don't want to start thinking. You don't want to find out the truth. But, you know, I can honestly say with this girl, I can't blame myself like I did with the other ones. And I think that's why it fucks me up inside. And really, I should not be as hard as I am on myself, because I know it wasn't 100% my fault. I should be looking at it like, well, she wants to be mad at me and not want to fool with me no more, then that's on her. It's her loss. Now, I'm not going to get too into it, but if you watch some of my other videos where I spoke on it, you'll kind of see why I was mad, you know? And I'm not going to waste my time going back on it because it just makes me mad every time I think about it. About certain people and, certain people that wronged me, that did me dirty, that I never thought would have done me dirty. But I'm not going to get into that. If you go back in the other videos, you'll see it. You'll see me get more in depth about it. But for her to actually take all that in and to not defend me or to not stand up for me, because she's not a confrontational person. She is just takes it in stride and just would rather not fight or argue. So maybe she was manipulated, and that's why I can't blame myself 100%. I don't want to blame myself 100%. And the long story short, I got upset about some things, and I told her I was done with her, but I really wasn't. I just needed time to cool off, to process everything. And when I try to get back in touch with her, I try to make it right. She hit me with this blah, 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 like it's not fair to me that to me, that it's not fair that, pretty much people ruined it for me and her, that I slowly saw less and less of her. You know what I'm saying? And I used all my experiences, man, to not make those same mistakes. It hurt me that much more when I knew that was it. As far as her little sisters, man, being taken care of, man. I mean, as far as the way I felt they should have been taken care of, where I was satisfied, because as far as the mother goes, no, she didn't give a fuck about them kids. And for the people that made all this what it was, are they going to step up and do for them as I was doing? They probably will, just to get back at me and to make me feel like, yeah, nigga, they don't need you. They're not doing it because they want to do it, but because it's a way to get back at me. These kids had daddies. They all had different daddies. The mother's out there fucking around doing whatever the fuck she does. And I genuinely, man, love them kids, man, where had it been a different life, a different time in life, and my dad was a younger man, I would have took these kids and my girl, and we would have moved somewhere. I would have made sure, like I said, I put them in some good school, decent schools, gave them everything they wanted, and actually gave them a life. I never had thoughts of that as far as like of me having my own kids and doing these things. No, I saw them and I just felt so bad, and it put a smile on my face to see them, to know that I did something positive, man, something good for once. And I looked out for these kids. Every birthday, every Christmas, every school year, I made that happen. I made that happen for them, man. For 3 years, I made that happen. I tried to play the role of mommy and daddy and Santa Claus, because I loved them, man. It made me feel good that my girl didn't have to worry about, damn, how we gonna get them school supplies, man. My mom can't do it for them, and their dads can't do it. Yeah, fuck them. You don't need to worry about them. As long as you got me, I'm going to take care. I'm going to look out for them as if they my own. Because I knew it took a load of stress off of her mind. I always told her, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm going to take care of that. Let me worry about it. You relax. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, man, it's hard to find niggas to talk to about what I'm going through because they're going to get tired of hearing the shit. It's the same story. Same sad violin, like motherfuckers like to say. I had no one to vent to. So I got this YouTube, and even though I'm sitting in my fucking truck speaking to a phone, it makes me feel like I'm speaking to an audience. I don't know. So it helps. So I apologize to be on the same shit. I'm not trying to waste people's time on the internet or off YouTube. So if you see this and you're like, shut the fuck up, nigga, where the music? I'm sorry, and I will bring it back here soon. Let me just get over some of this stress, man. Let me get over some of this shit. You know, I have a friend that always tells me the day I stop thinking about her, she'll think about me. But probably not, but a man's always gonna hurt. Keep a lot of that shit balled in, so. But yeah, man, I done hit 32 minutes on here, so it's about to be 10 o'clock here soon. I gotta go to work. I'm gonna go take me a shower, and yeah, man, I apologize once again, you know, just rambling and speaking about depressing ass shit. You know, I just miss my girl, man. But here soon, man, I'll let it be what it is, and you know, she probably done found somebody else, or probably had been planning on the shit, probably talking to somebody else. I don't want to fucking know, you know. If she ever sees these videos and actually watches them, you know, I did the best I could for you. There's some things I regret, you know, saying or joking around with you sometimes. You probably took a lot of shit to heart too seriously, but you know, I was always joking with you. You was joking with me. So it wasn't none of the shit, you know, I didn't mean nothing by it. We were just having fun. But anyways, I'm gonna holler at y'all people, man. Looking busted and disgusted. So y'all be safe out there, man. And I will get at y'all soon. All right, man. It's your boy D.O.D.T, man. Checking out. You know, y'all keep them loved ones close and make them feel loved, I guess. Or else you'll be looking like me and feeling like me, regretting every goddamn thing. All right, y'all. Stay up.